It's a great day for transformation. Welcome to another session of the Morning Manifestation. Welcome to another session of the Morning Manifestation. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you this morning, as always. As God is in this too, right? God is in this too. I am Samion, your host, your founder, and your transformation leader of One Transformation Center. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you this morning. Please take a moment and share the stream from wherever you are reviewing, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Take a moment and also go to the One Transformation Center page and share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell there as well, so you can be aware of all our drops, of every time we stream, of every time there's an update, so you don't have to go back and miss it. You can catch us live. We thank you for joining us this morning. Today is an auspicious day, a day when you get to see you again for the first time. The real you, not the you that you've created in your mind, not the you that has been shared with you based upon the perceptions of others, but the true you. The you who made the agreement before you came into this physical existence. The you who was honoring your soul contract. The you who was being truly authentic and in alignment with your God self, with your inner divinity. Thank you for allowing us to join this journey with you, to share this journey with you. And we're going to begin this journey this morning off with the Oath of Manifestation. The Oath of Manifestation. Those who've joined us previously know that this is the moment that we will declare. This is our Declaration of Independence. This is our Emancipation Proclamation. This is when we begin to speak life into ourselves. There's so much going on around us that attempts to distract us, that the ego gets attracted to. Yet we're going to stop edging God out and begin to speak life and revitalize our true selves. So let's take a moment to do that now. Take a moment to do that now. I want to bring up the Oath of Manifestation to the screen, and you share with us, you declare in a positive, affirmative way. But I want us to first begin with a deep breath. Let's inhale through our nose. Hold it. And exhale through our mouth. Let's take 2 more of these mindful, deep breaths. When we inhale, all that supports us on our journey today, and release the things that no longer serve our best and highest good. One last time. Inhale all that supports us today, and release that which no longer serves our best and highest good. Now let's begin our declaration. I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything my heart desires. In fact, I am so prosperous, I never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have and grateful for all that I am ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. So it is. Allow yourself to sit with that, to receive that. Allow this to become your truth, your right now reality. For there is nothing greater than just another breath of life. All right. Now we're going to move into our affirmative reading. Affirmative reading and prayer. This morning, affirmative reading and prayer comes from A Course in Miracles, lesson 74. So if anytime you want to go back and review this, you can always go to acim.org. acim.org, lesson 74. The lesson of today is, there is no will but God's. There is no will but God's. And it reads, the idea for today can be regarded as the central thought towards which all our exercises are directed. God's is the only will. When you have recognized this, you have recognized that your will is His. The belief that conflict is possible, the belief that conflict is possible has gone. Peace has replaced the strange idea that you are torn by conflicting goals. As an expression of the will of God, you have no goal but His. There's a great peace in today's idea, and the exercises for today are directed towards finding it. The idea itself is wholly true. Therefore, it cannot give rise to illusions. Without illusions, conflict is impossible. Let us try to recognize this today and experience the peace this recognition brings. Begin the longer practice periods by repeating these thoughts several times, slowly and with firm determination to understand what they mean and to hold them in your mind. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Then spend several minutes in adding some related thoughts, such as, I am peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's will are one. God wills peace for his son. During this introductory phase, be sure to deal quickly with any conflict thoughts that may cross your mind. Tell yourself immediately, there is no conflict. There is no will but God's. There's no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless. There is no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless. If there is one conflict area that seems particularly difficult to resolve, single it out for special consideration. Think about it briefly, but very specifically. Identify the particular person or persons and the situation or situations involved, and tell yourself, there is no will but God's. I share it with him. My conflicts about blank cannot be real. There is no will but God's. I share it with him. My conflicts about blank cannot be real. After you have cleared your mind in this way, close your eyes and try to experience the peace to which your reality entitles you. Sink into it and feel it closing around you. There may be some temptation to mistake these attempts for withdrawal, but the difference is easily detected. If you are succeeding, you will feel a deep sense of joy and increased alertness rather than a feeling of drowsiness and enervation. Joy characterizes peace. Joy characterizes peace. By this experience, will you recognize that you have reached it? If you feel yourself slipping off into withdrawal, quickly repeat the idea for today and try again. Try again. Do this as often as necessary. There is definite gain. There is definite gain in refusing to allow retreat into withdrawal, even if you do not experience the peace you seek. In shorter periods, which should be undertaken at regular and predetermined intervals today, say to yourself, there is no will but God's. I seek his peace today. There is no will but God's. I seek his peace today. Then try to find what you are seeking. A minute or two every half an hour, with eyes closed if possible, will be well spent on this today. That is the conclusion of the affirmative word of today, which comes from A Course in Miracles, Lesson 74. Let's go into practice of the exercises and allow ourselves to begin this day without conflict, to begin this day without withdrawal, and to be in accordance with the only will, and that is God's will. So let's take a few deep breaths and say to ourselves, eyes open or closed, there is no will but God's. There's no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Inhale these ideas, these thoughts, this exercise. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. And exhale, any and all conflict. Say it with me again. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Now begin to close your eyes or soften your gaze. And let's spend several minutes in adding some related thoughts, such as, there's no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills peace for his son and daughter. I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God. My will and God's will are one. God wills peace for me. I am joy. Nothing can interrupt me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills joy for me. I am love. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills love for me. I am prosperous. Nothing can disturb me. Nothing can disturb my prosperity. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills prosperity for me. I am healing. Nothing can disturb my healing. My will is God's. My will and God's will are one. God wills healing for me. I am whole, perfect, and complete. Nothing can disturb my wholeness, my perfection, and completion. My will is God's. My will and God's will are one. God wills wholeness, perfection, and completion for me. Nothing can disturb this. There is no will but God's. There's no will but God's. Now, if any conflicting thoughts may have arrived in your mind, simply say to these thoughts, there is no will but God's. These conflicting thoughts are meaningless. Look at each thought and say, there is no will but God's. These conflicting thoughts are meaningless. And if there happens to be one thought that's more difficult than another, stubborn thought, just simply tell that thought, there is no will but God's. I share it with him. My conflicts about this cannot be real. Call it out. My conflicts about blank cannot be real. For there is no will but God's. And I share it with him. And I share it with him. And when you're ready, take a couple of deep, mindful breaths and begin to open your eyes and become aware of your thoughts. Be aware of this experience that you're now in, knowing there's no will but God's, and that you seek his peace today. And as it's once written, seeking you shall find, knocking the doors will be open unto you. This is your command. This is your birthright. So stand in this space this morning with the knowingness that all works together for our best and highest good. And this, we pray. Father, Mother God, you are amazing. All that you are within us, as us, for us, through us, with us, is alignment, is oneness. Our wills are connected. For your will is greater than any will that I can create of my own, that I concoct of my own. Your will is the highest and supreme will. Your will is the all-knowing, the almighty, the all-powerful, the ever-present. I give thanks to the angels and the guardian angels and all that works together and supports us as we move forth in this day. I give thanks for the universe and all the support it provides us, the balance that it grants us, the reminder of all that we are with you, that we are connected, interwoven. I give thanks that you have never forgotten us. I give thanks that you continue to love us and lift us up, and to remind us that grace is sufficient, so that we may be more graceful, more compassionate for ourselves. By doing so, we follow the commandment to love our neighbors as we love ourselves, so that we extend this grace to each other, remembering that we're not separate, that we're one within your will. I give thanks. I give thanks for these reminders and for daily evolving and resurrecting to the truth of who we are. Not for what society says we are, not from these illusions that we've held on to that have enamored us, but to the truth, to the real essence of who we are and whose we are. So as we continue this day, continue to remind us and place these things deeply rooted into our heart, into the cell of our core of our being, into our cellular cells, as we begin to change the DNA, the interworkings to be more in alignment with our truth, with our authentic selves, so that we may be an asset today in our thoughts, our actions, our behaviors, and our true being. And we give thanks for this all. For all happened in advance. We thank you for blessing us indeed and continuing to enlarge our territories and supporting us with being good stewards of that which we already have and being gladful extenders of that which we're ready to give. I speak life to everyone under the sound of my voice. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Ashio. Give thanks. Give thanks. All right, that concludes our morning manifestation call session this morning. And I just want to give you the opportunity to remind you that if you missed any part of this call, feel free to go back and listen to the very beginning simply by going to the YouTube channels, One Transformation Center or Samuel Crumby Jr. And if you have not already subscribed to all of our social media spaces at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, please go there, subscribe, like, share with somebody. Sharing is caring. And then in turn, set the notification bell as far as YouTube goes so that you will not miss a live. We'll be back this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Transformative Conversations. I look forward to having conversations with you that transform our way of thinking, our way of being, and sets us up to being the best and highest version of ourselves. As always, we'd like to thank you. For investing in your transformation. Thank you for investing in your transformation. And we hope that you continue to join us daily at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Don't forget to tune in tonight. Until next time, as always, continue to be the change you desire to see. Be great.